Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's Thursday afternoon, I've just finished work cleaning windows today and gutters, and I'm going to be doing a cold water shave with zero prep, nothing at all. There's no face prep or anything. I've just come in from work, I've just literally washed some dirt off my face and my head, and that's about it really. So that's all the prep I've got. No shower, no hot water, no nothing, so all cold. Now I'm going to be returning to this bad boy here, which is West Coast Shaving Pear Brrr Shoppe. Now the scent on this, I absolutely love the scent on this. There's a cooling sensation, there is menthol in here. It's not listed on the ingredients, so I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but apparently over in the States you don't have to list menthol as an ingredient. So that aside, there is menthol in here, so if you've got a reaction to menthol or anything, this soap's not going to be any good for you, or if you don't like menthol. But it's not a super strong cooling sensation, it's just the right amount. Now that is the cream. This is jojoba oil cream made by Chris Cullen over at Katie's Bubbles for West Coast Shaving. Now the scent on this smells, to me, it smells like Pear Kopparberg cider. That's what it smells like. It smells great, it really does. I love that scent. It's very gourmand, it's got a little bit of powder, a little bit of sweetness, and it's a really nice scent. Very slick soap, or cream should I say, but I didn't get the best of lathers with it yesterday, so that's why I'm tackling it again today. So I'm going to be using my recently acquired turn and shave brush made by Milton over in the States. Absolutely beautiful brush. And there's Milton's coin on the bottom there, turn and shave. And it's got a 26mm quarter moon knot in there. So what I'm going to do, I was going to go along with the exact same process as yesterday, but I'm going to follow what Ruds did over on Rud's channel, Jason Rudman, which is to use a reasonably dry brush. I've just flicked all the water out, and I'm just going to tackle the top of the soap, the top of the cream lightly, just to get a nice load in here. Right, I'm just going to dip the tips just lightly. So I'm just very, very lightly touching the top of the cream here. What I'm trying to do is just get enough soap into the tips of the brush that I can face lather with. It's a very soft cream, but obviously in the tub, when you actually look at it, it looks quite firm. It almost looks like a hard soap, like a normal tub of soap that you would get. Right, so all I'm doing here is just trying to scoop out all the excess from the corners, like so. Now, it doesn't look like there's much in there, but it's a bit of weight in that knot now, I can feel it. Let's wipe the face. Oh, a nice splash of cold water. The sun is out today, but it is actually still quite cold. Then what we'll do is paint on this load. And hopefully I can get this right this time. The performance on the cream yesterday was actually really nice, but the lather itself was very, very sort of airy and just wasn't a great lather. And I'm not too bad at lathering most things, but I just struggled with this one yesterday. Right, let's just dip the tips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a similar stage to what I normally do. I'm going to go through my usual process. I'm not going to completely follow what Ruds does. I can feel that cooling sensation from the menthol already, it's lovely. I'm just going to follow my usual process. Because it works with everything so far, it should work with this, because this is a high quality cream by all accounts. I think when I tackled it yesterday, I just went in with a brush that was far too wet and just overhydrated too much at the beginning and just struggled to sort of bring it back again. And another dip. And another dip. So it's certainly chewing the water up, which is good. So I'll probably start spraying the brush on this one. I can see now it's getting very translucent on both sides. And here we go. Oh, that scent. I can tell already there's a huge difference in this. You can see how dense that is now. I can feel how heavy and thick it is on my skin. Just going to dip the tips. So it just goes to show you how important it is to not tackle some things with too much water in your brush. And it was a mistake on my own part yesterday. I sort of knew it when I started lathering. I screwed up. Yeah, this stuff feels completely different to the lather I made yesterday. Completely different. It even looks different. It needs quite a bit more water. Wow, it's actually superb. Now this is vegetal based, vegan based they call it. Look at this, holy shit. I can feel the difference today. It's not light and airy, there's a lot of weight. It's holding the water better. Like way better. Well, that's the lather I was expecting. Holy shit. That, for a vegetal based soap, cream, that's as good as, it's as good as grooming department and face fat easily. The scent, however, takes it to the next level for me. The scent on this is beautiful. Very good Maol Pear scent, really nice with that sort of powdery barbershop thing going on in the background, but that lather is off the chain. Wow. Right, the Karve Christopher Bradley razor, C-plate. It's the only razor I use for face shaves now. I'm almost at the point where I don't even introduce it now, that's how much I use it. And I've got a Derby blade in here on its second use. Now, Derby blade I used in this last time is the same blade, and I got a great shave from it. So let's see how it feels on a second use. On a cold shave with no prep. It feels as smooth as you like. It feels like a premium blade. I know it's not Derby Premium, it's the Derby Extra. It feels like a premium quality blade. Holy shit. Now one thing I do like about it already, as you can see, just quick flick in the water and it is crystal clear. It just melts in the water really nicely. It's not clinging to your razor, it doesn't block your razor, this cream. The residual slickness is really good, really, really good. Yep, excellent residual slickness, so it should bode well on head shaves. Now I am just thinking now, one thing I'm a little bit worried about is rinsing this cream out. This might be the first cream that I don't rinse out, because I think if I put hot water on top of this when I'm rinsing it, I think it's just going to melt it all away and just get rid of it all. So here we go. Oh, melting the knot in this brush is absolutely lovely. It's pretty much identical in feel and size and shape to the knot I have in my Envy Shave Abalone brush. It feels amazing on the skin. Yeah, absolutely exceptional. It just goes to show sometimes I should just follow my gut instincts with soap instead of trying things that I'm not sure might work with it. Not a soap, it is a cream, but it looks like a soap, so I feel like I'm using a soap, but what a difference in the lather. Now Derby Extra blades are blades that don't really... People love them, I hate them. I was one that I used them and they were okay. It wasn't something that... Never used a Derby blade and went, whew, that's an amazing blade. I tell you what though, in this bloody razor it feels phenomenal. It's not tuggy, it just feels sharp and smooth. It's just peeling through the hair. The residual slickness is building, which is great, that's what you want. After every pass it just gets better and better. Just empty the sink out because this chock is full. And there we go. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually paint most of it on, then I'm going to dip the tips and then try and regrow the lather. So we dip the tips. Yesterday when I did this it just dissipated and I got nothing. Today, however, there we go. Cooling menthol was just spot on. Even if you're not a huge fan of menthol, if you love the scent of pears, grab this soap because there's just enough menthol in it to enjoy for people that I would imagine don't enjoy it too much. There's certainly not enough menthol in it that you lose the feel of the blade. Where your skin's pretty much numb and it's just not helping you at all. Right. Just a little bit around the lips now. Now, I would have said yesterday, just based on my first initial use of ever using Katie's Bubble shaving cream, this stuff, the argan oil shaving cream, it wouldn't even have made my top 10. On this viewing, it's closer to being top 5 stuff now. It really is excellent. Vegetal based or vegan based, so for you guys out there that aren't interested in tallow, this is a high quality cream, really high quality cream. Spot on. Woo. Follow me with a shave, especially in the summer. Nothing beats a cold water shave with a mentholated soap. And today I'll also be finishing off with a mentholated splash, which will be the same stuff that I used yesterday. So this setup has been the exact same as yesterday, other than the blade and the brush. And the actual results of it have been absolutely far superior to what I got yesterday in terms of the lather. And like I say, it was nothing to do with the cream. And as you've seen, you can quite clearly see it's nothing to do with the cream. It just all boiled down to the fact that I started off with a badger hairbrush. It was far too wet to deal with the amount of soap that I put on my face, the amount of cream. This is a real high quality soap cream, high quality cream. I keep looking at the tub thinking it's a soap. The scent, I love the scent. The labels are nice. The labels are a little bit squint, they're a little bit off-centre, but that's just me. I like things to be straight. I've got issues with stuff like that. That's a personal thing. But the labels are waterproof, they're a nice feeling sort of matte effect, shiny, glossy but matte. Really, really nice. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the costing of this cream. I'm not even sure whether it's available yet, if I'm honest. I have not checked on West Coast Shaving website yet to see whether you can grab this stuff yet. I'm not sure. It was just great that they sent me a tub of it over. I'm not quite sure whether there's a tub of, I'm going to try rinsing this cream out. Just can't deal with it if it's covered in foam. That's good, that was really easy. So there we go. That was cold water that I used rather than hot. So that hopefully stopped it from melting and disappearing. So it's cleaned off really quickly, which is good. Right, post-shave feel. Got a tiny little nick on my chin there, just a tiny slice. It's lovely, it's really nice. It actually leaves a sort of similar feeling effect to Wickham aftershave balms. There's a few other things I just can't think in my head what it feels like, but it's, what other soap should I say? or balms, but it's got that moisturised feel, but it feels silky smooth. It doesn't feel like your hands are sticking to your skin. You can just pull your hands over and it just glides over, almost like your skin's got a coating of baby powder on it, just to allow that sort of slide. So it feels moisturised, but it feels dry as well. I can't describe it. It's a nice sensation, a really nice feeling. But so finish off now. I'll just give it a good shake, as I always do, with the same stuff I used yesterday, which was Maol Grooming Frankenlime Frosted Aftershave. So this does have the menthol in here. It's a phenomenal scent. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 3 little splashes. Now, Maol Grooming out of Canada he puts a cracking amount of menthol in his splashes, I have to admit. It might be a little bit much for some, but I don't think it will be. If you like menthol, you'll love it. The menthol feels just incredible. You get that initial burn from the alcohol, then you get the menthol which is kicked in already, and it's ice cold. Like, whoa, your face is just freezing. But it never gets to the point where it feels like your skin's burning. It just feels ice cold all the time. He's really nailed the amount of menthol in here, similar to this soap as well. But it's just a phenomenal product. So the soap for today was West Coast Shaving Pear Shoppe, a cooling fruit barbershop scent, and it really is a cooling pear scented barbershop scent. The fruit, obviously being the pear, smells great. It smells like pear drops, it smells like Copperberg cider, the pear cider. It just has that beautiful pear scent, and it's a good scent strength. It's around about a 5. I don't react to it on my skin, which is great. Obviously a lot of these fragrance oils that people use, or whatever they're using in the soaps, I do react to it. It does tend to react to my skin, but this stuff, no chance at all. It just feels amazing. The brush today was the Turn and Shave 26mm Quarter Moon Knot, which is a beautifully soft, dense bit of scrub in there, but it's just a beautiful face feel. We've got this absolutely stunning handle that Milton has turned. I don't know whether you'll actually see, but this handle's actually all full of like glitter and all sorts. And the same with this part, there's glitter all through that. We've got the Turn and Shave logo on the bottom. And the razor for today was once again the Karve Christopher Bradley razor, which is a 3-piece razor, solid brass. And I had the Derby Extra Blade in there on its second use, and let me tell you, the Derby Extra Blade isn't anywhere near Gillette Spoiler style or anything like that. It's not that good, but for some reason when I put it in this razor, it feels phenomenal. It feels as good as the Gillette Nassets, the 7 o'clocks, the Super Stainless that's up behind me, the Aussie Super Stainless. It feels as good as all of those blades. I'm not saying, I might just have a fluke blade that's great. Maybe when I move on to the next one it'll be shithouse, but it feels really smooth, really sharp, really efficient, and it's been giving me a great shave. So I've had 2 great shaves from that one Derby Extra Blade. And we finished off today with Maol Grooming Frankenlime Frosted Aftershave. There is the ingredients list there. It's made in Canada, and it's just incredible. Now I've used this one a fair bit now and it's hardly moved. You know, really 3 tiny little splashes on your hand. I'm talking like minuscule amounts. My face is still ice cold, but that post-shave feel. And one thing I have noticed, I've got a little bit of redness down here. It could be because I've done a cold water shave that I haven't done for a long time and I've maybe pushed a little bit hard. But I've normally got lots of red sort of marks here where I've got stretch marks. Since I've been using this stuff, they've pretty much disappeared. I can't even when I lift my head really tight, put it down really low, I can hardly see them. So I was using bio oil, which is this stuff here. Now I've stopped using this. All I use now, pretty much on post shave, every shave I've had since I bought this, since I've got this stuff, has been Maol Grooming. I've completely stopped using bio oil, and the results speak for themselves in my opinion. So thanks very much, Sean, for sending them over once again, mate. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed that shave, and if you do get the chance or the opportunity to grab some Pear Shoppe, I highly recommend the cream, and I highly recommend the scent. For me, it's top-notch stuff. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.